Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Yo, 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 yo. Oh my God, we're back. Welcome to the final countdown. We are live from Guerilla Cross Studios in beautiful downtown Las Vegas. I'm your guy, MP, Michael Price. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host, good friend, Jay Long. What's going on, partner?
Man, it is good to be back. New studio, same team, doing it. They finally let us back on air.
Oh, you know.
Our suspension's up.
The charges have been dropped.
Not guilty, folks.
Not guilty. Of course not. You can join in the show at any time by calling us at 702-608-3259. What has it been? A year and a half, 2 years?
Oh, man. Probation.
You know what?
Yeah, it's good, man. I'm excited, especially excited to be here. We love Guerilla Cross, and we love being downtown in Las Vegas. There ain't no other place like this on earth, man. So to be in Las Vegas, downtown, life is beautiful. It's happening around this building right now. And of course, we're right up Fremont Street, so we're having fun.
Well, you know what even makes me more excited? The guy that we're working with, the guy that allowed us to be down here, his name is Quan59. That would be reason enough to want to do a show down here, people.
Yeah.
And then he's 6'3". I mean,
I don't know.
It works for me. It works for me.
Yeah, there you go. I'm happy.
Oh, I'm always happy, dude. We got to be happy about it. It's been a long time, folks. You know, please join us. We're back. We got some great segments we're going to present to you. We got a lot of things that are happening in sports, outside of sports. And we just want you to be a part of it. We're going to be here every Tuesday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Great thing about what we're doing now is that you can stream us, you can see us. Well, I've been told I have a face for radio, so I don't know if seeing us is going to help bring an audience, but we're going to be okay.
I agree.
We're going to be okay.
But that's okay.
Hey,
well, we're going to do it anyway.
We're going to do what we do. So I think the one thing we're going to do, we're going to start off with what we usually do. And what's that, Jay Long?
Well, we're going to do some barbershop chop. I know that.
Barbershop chop. All right. So QB's out. There's a lot of good reasons that quarterbacks are out right now. A lot of injuries. I know my mom's upset right now. Drew Brees. I know my mother. I care about her. I care about what she likes. It's a thing. And Drew Brees is out. He's out with his hand injury.
Yeah.
Hit his helmet on Aaron Donald's helmet the other day. Was it a helmet or?
He just had it slapped.
Yeah, slap. It was just a slap, which was weird.
Just his giant paw.
Come on, man. That's one of the strongest guys in the NFL.
Yeah.
So he's out for this. He's out for 6 weeks.
At least 6 weeks.
At least 6 weeks.
Yeah, he has surgery tomorrow. Tore some ligaments and things like that in his thumb, his throwing hand. So he's going to be out for at least 6 weeks. They're thinking probably closer to 8.
Right. Now, the question for that one is, can Teddy Bridgewater continue to help him keep on the path? And personally, I think that he probably can.
You know, Teddy Bridgewater, he's not too far removed from being a guy who was projected to be a pretty good NFL quarterback. You know, and then he had, of course, the devastating knee injury with Minnesota. And, you know, he never really quite was the same after that. And he kind of bounced around to a couple teams, ended up with the Saints. But there's a reason the Saints signed him to a 1-year, $7 million contract to be a backup. For stuff just like this, you have a 40-year-old quarterback. Now you're not hoping that something happens to one of the greatest of all time in Drew Brees. But this event unfortunately unfolded. And now you have a better than average quarterback backing him up. So where a little bit later, I think we'll get into it. It's not panic time for the Saints. I don't think it is.
No.
Compared to some other teams that are also on this list losing quarterbacks, it's definitely not panic time. Teddy Bridgewater, if Drew Brees does miss 6 weeks and they end up going 3-3 or 4-2, that's beautiful for the Saints.
No, it is. It is.
If the bottom drops out and they end up going 0-6, then, well, yeah, there's always next season.
Yes, that's it. And then Roethlisberger, been over at the Steelers, elbow, needs some surgery. Yeah. Another guy who's up there in age, so he's out for the season.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so that's a little different. Mason, is that I'm going to call him Mason. Am I just making up names? I'm back. I'm really back, folks. I'm just making up names.
That one guy.
That one guy.
Yeah, they're saying Roethlisberger is going to be out at least 12 months. He may end up missing the beginning of next season.
Right.
But he says he's going to honor his contract. He's going to play. He's got 3 years left on his current contract. and that'll take him to about 41 years old, which you might go, oh my God, it's 41 years old. But Drew Brees and Tom Brady, these guys have laid that blueprint of how to be a 40-year-old quarterback in the NFL and still have a lot of success. So we're not as concerned about that. The concern, obviously, is how serious that elbow injury is, how he can rehab it, how he can bounce back from it, and is he going to be the same quarterback after the injury that he was before? Now, Big Ben's a big, tough guy, and he's legendary for that, taking hits, getting back up, and going back at it. So, him going down for this significant amount of time, something really, really serious in that elbow.
No, and then we have your favorite guy, Simeon.
Trevor Siemian, the once great hope of the Denver Broncos, is the backup for the Jets when Sam Darnold goes down with mono, of all things.
16 years old.
16-year-old Sam Darnold goes down with mono. Trevor Siemian, the experiment lasted all of 2 quarters before he went down with a horrible ankle injury. I'm not making light of his injury, but he lasted 2 quarters. And so now we have, I got to look here, Luke Falk. Falk.
That guy.
Out of Washington State. He's actually from Logan, Utah. He's a 6th-round draft choice. So he's going to be getting his first NFL experience. So if I was a Jets fan, like always, I would start looking to next season.
Super Bowl.
Season, baby.
The draft is coming. The Super Bowl for you guys
Next
will be here come
will be
April.
Fun. Next season will be fun for the Jets.
And then there's the story that is the New York Giants, and we knew this day was going to come, Jay.
Yeah.
We knew it was coming, and Eli, grouchy face himself, they finally decided to put him in, bench him, and for good reasons. The guy's been horrible. Hell, he's been horrible for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real, and now he's being benched, and for good reason.
Yeah. So the Giants were 11-5 in 2016. That was their last winning season, right? But since their Super Bowl win in 2011, here's some interesting stats for you. No QB has lost as many games as Eli Manning. He's lost 66 games. No QB has thrown as many interceptions or has committed as many turnovers as Eli Manning since their Super Bowl win in 2011. So he ends, if this is his last game as a starter, he ends his career with 116 wins and 116 losses. Exactly.
Wow.
500 as a quarterback. So, we'll see what happens with Daniel Jones. And that era has begun, whether we like it or not, whether Eli likes it or not. Now the turn, of course, to us talking heads and media types has become, is Eli bound for the Hall of Fame? The people that say yes, absolutely, he's first ballot, say he led 2 of the greatest teams all time, winning Super Bowls. He won Super Bowl MVPs each time he went to the Super Bowl and won it. Those against say, no, his stats just don't add up to a great quarterback or a quarterback that's Hall of Fame worthy.
No.
Off the top of your head, Mike, I know you don't have the stats in front of you. What do you think? Eli Manning, Hall of Fame or not?
No, I mean, I think we had a conversation like this yesterday, and he had an opportunity, and he took advantage of his opportunity. He was just a quarterback that just happened to be there. When I look at Eli, I don't say winning quarterback. I see a quarterback that won.
Right.
And that's 2 different things. He miraculously, if I'm not mistaken, they're the only 9-7 team to win a Super Bowl. Is that a stat, or am I just making stuff up again?
Sounds
I know.
right.
It's something. But, with that said, he did what he was supposed to do once he got there to the big game. He took out one of the best teams in NFL history with the Patriots, ruined their perfect season. But let's remember this. It's a team sport. So as we sit here, we talk about Eli. It wasn't just Eli who did all these things.
Right.
He didn't stop Tom Brady from scoring. He didn't put it. He just happened to throw a pass and it stuck to my man's helmet with some bubble gum. Because we wouldn't even be talking about Eli had he not won those Super Bowls. He would not even be in this conversation or HOF.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, you go Hall of Fame, no. The League of OK, sure, first ballot. He's first ballot right off the top of it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting argument as his name comes up in the next 5 years. If he retires after this year, there's no guarantee he's going to retire after this year or anything like that. But so let's just say he does. Whenever his career ends, the argument's going to be, of course, those stats. there's only 5 players total with multiple Super Bowl MVPs. Tom Brady, Bart Starr, Joe Montana, and Eli Manning, of course. And
Right.
Where's my other guy? Where's my other 5th one? I know there's another one.
That's okay.
Yeah, Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, well, you know what? And that
Very
makes sense. When you go 4 times, you're
Yeah.
liable to get 2 MVPs in the game.
So, and all of those guys are in the Hall of Fame, minus Eli. So, they're putting a lot of emphasis on that, a lot of emphasis on the fact that he twice beat Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in the Super Bowl, which is of course, an accomplishment. And that that I don't like. A lot of talking heads are saying right now, well, he played in New York, so that means more than playing anywhere else because it's the ultimate pressure cooker. Maybe at one time, come on, man.
It's the NFL.
I don't buy that anymore. I don't buy that the New York scene is, there's any more pressure or it's harder to win in New York than anything else. I really don't.
No.
And I don't think it should be brought up, but of course people are bringing it up. So we'll see. I think it's going to be very interesting. And I think that if he does get in, and he might, from just the litmus test of what everybody's talking about today, then I think a lot of other players who may be on that cusp are probably going to get in.
Yeah. All right. So, as we talked about, the Daniel Jones era is getting ready to begin in New York.
Yep.
So, it's going to be interesting to see how that transition happens. There was a reason that they drafted him. He was the number 6 pick, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there we go. I just like throwing out stats. Make people have to look things up. It's a beautiful world.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be fun. The debacle that is Antonio Brown, I believe that it has finally landed. He's like a cat with really bad taste. It can get on your nerves.
Yeah.
But he landed. He's in New England right now. He caught his first touchdown. I mean, for us to go back and talk about all the craziness that happened over the last, we could say the last 2 years,
Right.
Since he did the Instagram post in the locker room after the loss.
Right.
So it's just been crazy. People say that Belichick can get him in line. It looked like that may be one of the things after he scored his touchdown this past weekend. He did not have an opportunity to talk to the media. Wow, imagine that. Antonio Brown not talking to the media. So there is a God. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks like it may be a good fit, and just because it's Belichick.
Yeah, Antonio Brown's got a lot of stuff that's popping up now. Over the last couple of days, it has been pretty crazy. The sexual misconduct accusations that are starting to come out of the woodwork, his stories from the locker room and things like that are starting to appear. Sports Illustrated, of course, had a bombshell report yesterday or the day before that they released and everything. So his problems are not on the field. Obviously, he comes back, scores a touchdown with the Patriots and everything. His problems are going to come off the field. And whether the Patriots knew about any of this stuff before they signed him and how they treat him and what the NFL does, hey, innocent until proven guilty. But there's a lot of stuff happening around Antonio Brown right now. So as it starts to play out and as it starts to all unfold, you got to start separating fact from fiction and figure out what's going on here with this guy, because the talent's there. We know that. It's the off the field stuff that's really going to define how his career ends up and where it ends up and ultimately what happens to him.
Oh, that's it. So, jumping around here, Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
We don't want to say petulant child because that's just not fair to Aaron, because his personality is what his personality is. But
Is petulant child a personality? It should be.
it
for
should
Aaron
be.
Rodgers.
When it comes to Aaron Rodgers, he had a little outburst over the weekend in exchange, and people are kind of looking down on him on that. I'm a sports guy, through and through. I treat everything that I approach with a sports mentality. So I'm okay with him having these conversations with his coach in the heat of the moment. And that's
Sure.
what we'll call it. It's in the heat of the moment. Should he may not have had the exchange? Possibly. But if he's passionate, you know what? You have those kind of moments. It is what it is. It's sports.
Yeah, especially sport. I think a 24-hour news cycle, you get those things now. You got the cameras dedicated to just watching the sideline. They're just watching for these kind of blow-ups. So you see it a lot. But a quarterback and head coach, from time to time, they're going to disagree on stuff because the coach is going to have his game plan, but quarterbacks see different things when they're on the field. The bigger one in my mind is what's going on with the Jaguars. Jalen Ramsey and Doug Maroney. And what is happening there? Jalen Ramsey wants out. He demands a trade, but he's adamant that he's backing up his teammates, and if he's still on the team by Thursday, he's going to be ready to play. But he definitely wants out of Jacksonville because I don't know what was said, but if I could read lips, I would say it wasn't. They weren't exchanging a recipe on pozole.
S'mores. They weren't looking like, how do you do your s'mores?
Eggplant parmesan. It was not that.
No.
So that's an interesting situation right there because Jalen Ramsey, obviously a very, very talented football player. Is Jacksonville going to give him up? If they do, what kind of haul are they going to get back for a young guy like Jalen Ramsey?
Right, a shutdown corner. You know how they're very valued in the NFL, and he is definitely
extremely rare too.
Very rare, very rare. So as comes with every Sunday and Monday in sports, we always have that overreaction. So let's talk about week 2 overreactions. First one that we look at, and as we said before, are the Saints in trouble? I say no.
Oh,
no.
Really?
I go no at this point. I mean, we look at it. We just said that Teddy Bridgewater, he was the starting quarterback until that, like you said, horrific injury that he had to his knees. They're paying him $7.6 million to be a backup quarterback. Their defense is something that they have been working on the last couple of seasons. So if he can just go 3-3, if that's the case, that it is an actual 1.5 months, he goes 3-3. They come back. It's not like that division, although Atlanta looked pretty decent over this past weekend against the Eagles. I think that they can be formidable. They can come back. It's Drew Brees. Now it's all about how does Drew come back? Is he going to be in game-ready shape? Is he going to be able to stand on his tippy toes and do what he do best?
Yeah.
That's how we got to look at it. Because that's what it's going to come down to. Because once he comes back, is this going to be one of those scenarios like, ooh, Teddy's kind of getting us here? And I'm saying that Drew isn't Drew, but do we break up what's happening right now?
Yeah. A couple of questions there. So, how does Drew Brees come back? Is the hand, because it's a throwing hand,
right?
And he's already kind of a smaller guy. He doesn't have the biggest hands in the world either. So how is he going to be able to grip the ball to throw it the way that Drew Brees knows how to throw it? Those tight windows and everything. So is he going to be the same? I know he's not going to hit the field unless he's 100%.
Right.
He's a competitor. He wants to win, but he's not going. He's the type of player that's not going to do something to the detriment of his team. So, and if Teddy Bridgewater has the hot hand, that's an interesting question. Say they went out, or say they go 5-1, 4-2, something like that. Most people would be like, "Well, you wouldn't give that up. You wouldn't give the hot hand up or whatever." Just like when Tom Brady gets hurt and he comes back or whatever, yeah, you're going to put your best chance to win in there. And every single time it's going to be Drew Brees. So,
right.
Whether Teddy wins out or not, it doesn't matter. I mean, Drew Brees is going to come back at some point. You got to give him the ball because that's your best chance to win a Super Bowl.
Well, that's it. And then we look at the Dolphins. And the fact that we're even talking about the Dolphins, did someone pay you to put this on paper? Just someone like,
it's such a dumpster fire. It's just an absolute dumpster
Dolphins.
fire.
It's the Dolphins, which is funny. I was getting ready to tell a Dolphins story. The Dolphins haven't been good, I don't think, even in my lifetime. They've been okay at best, But they're going to become the only team with a perfect record for wins and losses. Yeah, should they be concerned? Are we overreacting? No, it's the Dolphins. In fact, should we even have a reaction?
I think of our friend Brian. And he's the only Dolphins fan I know. And just every week he's just like, he goes, "This is the week we get." And every week he just, it's like Browns fans. It's so funny to just see it. It's heartbreaking for them. It's funny to me, because, I'm a Cowboys fan. We haven't been relevant since the mid-90s. But, hey, every year's a new year, baby. And that's one of my points coming up. But Miami is just a dumpster fire, man. They traded, of course, today, Minka Fitzpatrick for a first-round pick, the good young safety. They traded him to the Steelers for a first-round pick because he demanded out. I want out of this place. The Steelers got a reach there. But like I said, he's a good young safety. But as a first-round pick, too much for him. Maybe they overextended themselves a little bit, but they got a good quality player. So
just a little bit there, buddy.
Hey, Miami, they're stockpiling picks right now, and that's all you can do because You just got to know. I mean, Josh Rosen is not that guy. That
No.
team from top to bottom is just awful. And if you're from Miami or you do love the Dolphins, I'm so sorry. Hi. It's reality calling.
Just collect the
They're
jerseys as
horrible.
memorabilia.
Yeah.
Just for memorabilia
Yeah.
purposes
Go-
only.
Go get you a Dan Marino jersey.
Oh my
There you
gosh. Or a greasy. Get you a greasy, a
Get
real
you a
winner.
Bob Greasy.
Yeah, a real
There you
winner.
go.
Yeah. All right. So we know that Patrick Mahomes, he did his thing last year, and it doesn't look like he's lost one iota of a step. I love when I
No.
can use the word iota because I really don't know
like
how to
iota.
spell it.
Yeah.
But it's,
I heard it once.
I heard it
and
in
I
a
hope
story.
I'm using it right.
Yeah, but Pat, the original Pat, not me, Pat.
Yeah.
But should we go ahead and give him his second MVP already? Or are we just overreacting because we still have 14 more games to go, Poe?
You know what? Go ahead and get that MVP ready. Go shine it up real nice. Etch his name in there because I think he's already still in that second MVP. He's doing. It took one quarter for him to dismantle the Raiders. 4 touchdowns on one quarter. Come
Jeez,
on, get
okay.
out of here. And the second most yards, I think, in a single quarter since Drew Brees, another guy you might have heard of, and that we were just talking about. Go ahead and give it to him. Ain't nobody else taking it from Patrick Mahomes.
Well, the thing that I was thinking about earlier, how did so many people not know about him? And, you just look, we were talking to someone the other day about Texas Tech and how big a fan they were and how they watched him play. And he wasn't even in the consideration for a Heisman. And now here he is just pulling things off that no one even predicted. Alex Smith got sent away, and people are going, what the hell do they know that we don't know? Well, obviously Andy Reid knew a lot because he has a guy who can, and I can't say single-handedly because Lord knows they have enough weapons. I mean, they just picked up Shady McCoy just because someone else let him go. Gee, that's just a horrible pickup.
Yeah.
And but again, it comes down to the team effort. But he can get you that ball wherever he needs to. If it's a side sling, if it's a no-look pass, which we're not talking basketball, he is doing things that. I'm trying to think what quarterback has shown this type of accuracy and athleticism all at the same time, be it in the pocket, out of the pocket. He doesn't change.
Yeah. He's amazing. I think he and Lamar Jackson are kind of rewriting, I think, rewriting that quarterback position because that Michael Vick started. He started that book,
Right.
or Randall Cunningham, maybe. I mean, these kind of guys, they started it, but these guys are at a new chapter where you can be a running quarterback, who also can stand in the pocket and sling the rock 60 yards downfield and fit in the tight windows and everything else. So I cannot wait to see what this guy does over the course of his career. I think it's not how many MVPs, how many MVPs is this guy going to win? 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know. But his second one is definitely coming this year.
All right.
Write it down.
All right. I thought this was another
Sports book.
misprint that we have here because you said the Buffalo Bills are back. Where are they back from? I mean, what are they
The
back?
Buffalo Bills are back from purgatory. They're with us.
They were
They're
in
with
St.
us.
Louis. The Bills were in St. Louis.
Ever
Now
since
they're
they got
back.
rid of Don Beebe, that team has been garbage. And I'm telling you, the Buffalo Bills are back. And this is for our friend Kev Chase. Kevin, the Buffalo Bills are back, brother.
Woohoo.
You're the holdout fan. You and those
He and Joe Cordone.
Joe Cordone, and those delightful, violent drunks who throw themselves through tables in the middle of winter in Buffalo. You guys are the real heroes. You held out, and now Buffalo is back. Jim Kelly is alive and well and doing his thing. Thurman Thomas is somewhere signing a card, a baseball card or football card or whatever. But yeah, the Bills are back. Write it down. Cowboys Bills Super Bowl, baby. We're going back to
We're
the
going
90s.
back to back.
It's retro. It's in. Write it
93.
down.
Was that 93 Super Bowl? Now, here's my question.
Couple of them.
We look at this and say, I don't know if you saw my post the other day when you see people who post about this great relationship that they've been in all of one day
Right.
and how they're in love, and then you never see them post again. It's kind of like the Buffalo Bill fans right now. It's like, shh, don't talk about it. Let's just let it be. Let's not brag. Let's not put no juju on it. Let's just let it marinate. Let it
If we
be.
breathe on it, it might not be real. It might dissipate.
It might not be the same.
Yeah, so that's the next point. The Dallas Cowboys
Oh,
are
oh.
back.
Oh,
Yes, absolutely. That is the next point there. And I know Quan's shaking his head. I don't, he's a 49ers fan, so I know right now he believes that the 49ers are back just because they have it's funny what a good young quarterback who could throw the rock will do for a team, right? So they got Jimmy Garoppolo there, 49er land, but it's not jealousy here, man. 2-0, that's an illusion.
No jealousy.
They're going to lose out.
You're talking to a guy who's a Lion fan. I don't even know what jealousy in football would be. It's just
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, Matt
Ooh,
Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
Matty
No, but this is
Stafford.
the year. The Cowboys, come on, man. Zeke just got his first 100-yard rushing game of the year.
Ooh.
And Dak is
That was worth all that money.
actually throwing touchdowns and looks like a real quarterback for the first time, And that defense is, honestly, that defense is really, really good
Right.
for the Cowboys. So let's see, man. The only hurdle they have,
Oh, the only?
the only hurdle they have, minus the Eagles in that division, is the fact that Jason Garrett is still the head coach. So I am not a believer in Mr. Garrett, but he remains the coach. I don't know why.
Well, you know what they do is they keep putting other pieces around him. So, they have...
It's always the coordinator's fault.
There you go. Like,
Always
Jesus
the
Christ, I keep hiring these guys who are garbage. Like, no, is that what happens? You keep hiring them.
Okay.
We see what keeps happening here. The consistency in this conversation is you, Jason Garrett. We're going to call you JG. We're going to treat you like you're from Houston, from the war. We're going to treat you like from the
He's
war.
terrible. He was a good backup quarterback. I'll give him that. Jason Garrett was a good backup quarterback for the Cowboys.
Oh, is that what it is?
He is not a good head coach.
No.
And I will fight people who say who he is. I will fight people, but I will look sternly at people who say he is, and I will point
give him that look.
slowly at them. Be like,
You gotta give him that look.
Yep.
Hey, you're listening to the Final Countdown live from Guerilla Cross Studios in downtown Las Vegas. MP and Jeremy. You can hit us up at any time. That's 702-608-3259. So we're going to take a break.
Yeah. It's like a 30-second break.
Let's take a 30-second break.
All right,
I'm going to look like I'm doing something right now.
Okay.
Okay.
What's up? It's your man No Malice, and you are checking out Guerilla Cross Radio. Speak Life.
This is your guy, Dre Bailey.
And your man, Goose Thomas.
Tune in to Let the Ball Bounce on Guerilla Cross Radio.
Every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Coast time.
And every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Your guy, Dre Bailey.
And your man, Goose Thomas.
And if you're scared,
You better go to church. Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Nice. You are listening to Guerilla Cross Radio. The Final Countdown, Jeremy Long, MP, coming to you live from downtown Las Vegas. Quan serving us up some music, some beats there.
And I think
was-
Price said he was going to drop some bars, so I'm kind of waiting for that.
Yeah, it might be at the end of the show.
All right.
I think I
Start
can see him.
spitting.
He's writing something down over there. He's I can see
I got
him.
the
He's
beat going in my head.
He's formulating thoughts.
Yeah, I'm rubbing,
formulating thoughts.
getting that Detroit love going. So we're going to have something. We're going to have something special.
Yeah.
So
And if you got something special, you can call us up 702-608-3259.
I'm going to say, Mom, don't call. I swear, Mom, if you call, I'm not getting you a gift this year. Don't do that to us. But I love you. I love her. I love her.
Say what?
Say
Come
what?
on. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
It's a little one of our favorite segments. Say what? All right, our first one. Derek Carr quietly becomes the Raiders' all-time passing leader on a 16-yard pass to Darren Waller in the second quarter, breaking the mark of 19,000 and what the heck, 08 set by Hall of Fame Kenny Stabler. There's a lot of stuff going here. Carr now has 19,196 yards, 5 seasons, and 2 games to set the mark. Stabler played 10 seasons for Oakland. That is a hell of a say what.
Yeah.
Talk about quietly.
Yeah. Quietly becomes the Oakland Raiders' all-time passing leader in 5 seasons. And let you know how the QB position has changed. Ken Stabler, of course, a star in the 70s when a 2,000-yard passing season, 2,500 yards was really, really good. I mean, he made a couple All Pros, Pro Bowl teams and things like that. And Derek Carr comes and obliterates the record in 5 years, 5 seasons, and hasn't had quite the same success as Ken Stabler. But he kind of does it. I think he is. If I might be a couple digits off here. I think he's about 24 touchdowns behind Ken Stabler for the all-time Raiders touchdown mark. So he'll get that. If not this year, maybe next year. So it's kind of one of those stats that pops up and you go, really?
No. Are we talking about the same Derek Carr? His brother and he both?
Yeah,
no, not combined.
Combined yardage. The Carr brother. One guy.
Huh.
All right.
But on that, you have to understand that they haven't had a running game the whole time he's been there. So it's not like they've had a 1,000-yard runner these last 5 years since he's been there.
Yeah.
So you got to put those yards somewhere, and he throwing those 5-yard passes here and there, it adds up.
You tell
like
me
a savings account.
Marcus Allen turned him down. He didn't want to come back and play for the Raiders.
Hell, he probably could get it.
I mean, they had Marshawn Lynch.
Whoa! Did you really just say that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Marshawn was at the racetrack this week, and you know how much he cared about being on the Oakland Raiders. He just wanted to go back. It's okay. I didn't mean to hate. Yes, I did. Oakland A's pitcher Mike Fiers is dared by teammates to shave his facial hair into a G and does so.
Yeah, you can see it. Quan's going to pop it up there on the screen there.
When I saw this last night, I was so confused. Because it's a G. And you know what? But
I was like, when you just read a headline out of context, you're just like, what does that even look like? And then it just wraps around his face. It was like, kind of 70s adult entertainment thing.
It's thick.
It's crazy. I love it, man. But he does weird things with his facial hair, but the guy who gets dared. It's a good little chuckle. It's been a long season. And so when he went out there and he threw for an inning or whatever, I think after that he was pulled and he immediately went into the clubhouse and shaved it. But
hey, he did it.
Hey, he did it, man.
Yeah.
So whatever money they nondescriptly, dared him, I think he collected. He collected them.
If someone dared me to cut my hair in a certain way, I wouldn't do it because at my age it may not grow back. So it'd be one of those things like, the joke is funny. Oh God, I'm bald. I'm bald.
It never came back. All of mine is just gray now. So.
No, I'm just Yul Brynner. For young people, look it up.
Yul Brynner.
Look it up. That's right. I pulled the Yul Brynner, the King and I out. The King and I. Oh my God. Maryland attempts a fake field goal and fools only themselves. Imagine that.
If you haven't seen this video, I think Juan's going to play this video for us here. No one was fooled. The entire defensive line just shot the gap.
Bum rushed them. Bum rushed them.
The only guys that were fooled were the Maryland team. They were like, hey, this is really going to work.
Yeah.
We
Deception.
know this. Yeah, we're trickery.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick would be proud. This is one of the saddest things. I mean, just no one was fooled on this, man. Hey, that's one of those your special teams, whoever came up with that, your special teams coach, whoever came up with that, you better start looking at that resume, brushing that thing up.
Oh my God,
you are not going to be employed.
Put his typing skills on there. Let him know how many words he can type a minute.
I'm good at Microsoft Office.
Yeah.
Microsoft Word, I 62 words a minute.
Well, you know what? It reminds me of that play that the Colts pulled off a couple of years ago with that weird setup where everybody was off the ball and everyone was kind of packed together. And again, it was against the Patriots, and they fooled no one. Like, all right.
That's those old Pop Warner like trick plays where you could confuse. These are professional athletes and near professional athletes.
Let's pretend to hike the ball.
I love it because sometimes trick plays work when they're well designed and when it's
12-year-olds. 12-year-olds.
Oh my gosh, man! Yeah.
My favorite trick play that I think I've ever seen was the quarterback. The ball is hiked. No, the ball isn't hiked, and the quarterback acts and goes to talk to the coach, and then the center gets up and just runs with the ball.
Yeah, they just run off the other direction.
Yeah. Again, 12-year-olds.
Hey, Boise State used to do it on a pretty regular basis. They actually won a a pretty big gain on a statue. I think the Statue of Liberty play or something like that. When it works to perfection. It's beautiful. When it doesn't work, it is the saddest thing you've ever seen. And that poor little, he's probably a third string, kicker or something like that, and he just got absolutely demolished.
Just got beat
There you
down.
go. There you go.
All right. And then, oh my God, this one.
Is this Cam Newton?
It's Cam Newton.
Oh,
We're up to Cam Newton. Cam Newton outfit has made more has more life than Cam Newton's Panthers. That outfit.
What is he wearing?
That I'm at a loss for words. It's yeah.
Wow. And I've seen the memes pop up. I've seen the memes. Those people are so funny, man. He looks like he looks like Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard.
Yeah. Put a scarf on. Who wears scarves? 80-year-old women wear scarves. There's no one who wears a
so
scarf.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no one. You know, the sisters in Detroit do it when they got curlers in their hair. That's about the only people I know who wear scarves today. And sorry, sisters in Detroit, it isn't a knock. Your hair looks great.
Yeah.
Your hair looks great.
He looks like a mom that is up for the PTA meeting and she just don't want to be there, man. Like she is already fed up. She's going to the parent-teacher conference and she already knows she's about to whip this child.
Pull some skin off his butt.
Yeah. She already knows that she's fed up and she's just like, yeah, let's get this over with because I got to kill this kid.
Well, you know what his strategy is? If I can't win the game, I'm going to win the fashion war.
I don't know if that's a win. I am not a fashion guy. Whatever. You're more, kind of classy and dressed up.
Oh, thank you, sir.
That kind of dapper looking gentleman. But I don't know if that's a win. It's like the half shirts that Zeke Elliott tries. I don't know if that's a win.
Yeah. But you know what? Maybe we're not European enough.
Maybe I'm not
Versace.
rich and athletic enough.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Versace. Maybe I need to go to the Versace store and just see some of the mannequins, and then I'd understand it.
Yeah.
Because remember a couple years ago, he had on the short pants, which I've gotten to the short pant game, but they had iridescence on them.
Yeah.
For a 6'6" man, 250 pounds. There's just some things you should stay away from. Little women in outfits like that. It's not your look, man.
That's a look.
Oh my God.
Man, I love Cam Newton, man. I think he gets a lot of grief, but sometimes it's deserved. But of course he's got an MVP and things like that. But the outfit just killed me because I remember we were sitting there together when he first popped up on the screen, but we were like, and nobody was listening to what he was saying, and nobody cared. Everyone was going, "What is he wearing? What is that on his head?" Yeah. Okay, all right.
Well, then the hairstyle.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I go, I wish I was young enough to do these hairstyles, and I go, oh, I'm glad I'm the age I am. I'm glad I'm the age I am. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
A little color in your hair, oh, that's all right. Odell Beckham, you looking cool. These braids with the lopsided hair looking like you're carrying water bottles on your head from a third world country. And I'm sorry, third world countries. I don't want, you look better than he does.
Yeah.
But,
he carried a water bottle on his head for 6 miles?
Yeah. No, that's it. All right. And then we have the funniest thing that is so non-related to sports, ladies and gentlemen. If this doesn't make you laugh, you're just having a crappy day. You need to just go find something. We're just watching videos the other day, and there's a video of a bear playing with a stick.
Ooh, my back itchy as hell. Ooh, what is this thing that's helping me out? What is this white? What is this? Oh.
Oh, my nuts. Oh, my nuts. Oh, I know a busted nut. Oh, one of my nuts is gone. Let me try to get up. Let me try to get up. Help! Smokey the Bear, anybody?
Oh, my God. We just had to share that with you. Quan's over here laughing. So we had a hit with that.
I was like you.
You just go.
You turn into a 12-year-old again, and it's funny.
It's every time. It's going to be funny every time.
As long as it's not you, it's funny.
Oh, God, yeah. The fact that it happened to a bear, every guy that's happened to you before, where you just go,
it's one of those things you don't really think about. Like,
yeah.
any male animal gets hit in that area. I mean, I guess you don't really think about it. But
why would you?
I guess it affects us all the same.
Yeah. You just lose all your energy.
That was a solid smack to his groin, man.
And he tried to get away at first. He was like, "Oh, I'm confused. I got hit."
You know how you do? Yeah. You walk off, and then you take a knee, and you're like, Lord help me. And then you come back to it, and you're like, I can't move.
I'm immobilized.
I'm gonna throw up.
Oh God.
It has nothing to do with sports, but
Nothing.
that is the funniest thing in the world.
Well,
I'll try to find one of those every single week.
Hey, did you watch the game this weekend with the Aces?
I caught the second half. I missed the end.
That was
I missed
amazing.
the end of it. I missed the fantastic, what they're calling now the Hamby Heave.
Hey, it's all good.
Or the Miracle at the Mac.
Ho ho!
That one.
I like that one.
Yeah, so they got a couple of different names for it. I know it was on Sports Center. It made the rounds, but what a fantastic play.
Yeah,
what
give shouts out to the
finish.
Aces in this season, man.
Yeah.
That was remarkable. Shouts out to the whole team, Bill Lambert, for what they did. That shot. I mean, what was she? I can't even think of the player on the other team, what she was thinking. She thought she was Curly Neal.
Well, she was timer's running out. I think there was about less than 10 seconds left.
Right.
She was hoping to get fouled to, go to the line because they were already up 2. They were up 2, so she was hoping to get fouled, go to the line, seal the win, or at the very least run out the clock or whatever, seal the win. So she made a really bad pass. De'Erica Hamby jumped in front of it, took a couple dribbles, took a couple of big steps, heaved it up, and look at that. And now all of a sudden you're a hero. And the Aces move on to the semifinals, which begin tonight, by the way.
Oh, that's tonight?
Yeah, the Aces kick off against the Mystics in about half an hour or so.
Okay.
Tonight.
Okay. Oh, that should be a good game. The city's really come alive with sports here. And, us being here, the things that's happening here just lets you speak on the volumes of the big turnaround. I moved here 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and it was the Rebels, everything
Right.
Rebels, so see all this great things. The fact that we're putting teams into contention for championship runs, that's where the good look comes into play.
Yeah.
Then the Raiders will come.
Yeah. and then the Raiders.
I was wondering if you're going to get that job.
Yeah.
It's
Then
okay.
the Raiders will come, and then it'll be
Okay.
reality sets it.
Both
But you
shoes
know
will
what?
drop.
The city will love it, and they'll be there because I was there when the Texans were created for Houston, and it's a little bit different because you created a team from scratch for them. We're basically stealing the Raiders from Oakland, so it's going to be a little bit different, but the stadium's still going to be full. 65,000 seats. They're going to sell out, and they're going to be sold out. They're going to stay sold out for at least the first 2, 3, 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And if they start winning, they'll be sold out
my
for longer
God.
than that. But this is a great city for it, man. But I still think at the end of the day, I think this is the Golden Knights town.
Oh, well.
I think at the end of the day, it's VGK City.
And folks, if you see a tall, middle-aged black man with a sign, "I will work for tickets by Raider Stadium," it will be me. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, don't be afraid at all.
Approach us. Approach me.
Look me in the eye.
Yeah.
Look me in the eye. And sell me that ticket that won't work. I don't care. I just want to try to get in there, but it's going to be fun. And
You will do weird, fantastic stuff for tickets.
hey, it's the Raiders. It's the Raiders.
The Raiders.
It is the Raiders. Hey, man. Well, you're listening to the final countdown live from Guerilla Cross Studios in downtown Las Vegas. Jeremy Long, your guy MP. As I always said, guys, give us a phone call. We'd love to hear from you. We know this is day one. We're excited about it.
Yeah.
We're going to be here every Tuesday, 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And
You didn't say specific.
well,
standard time.
you could be specific.
Specifically.
Specific. Depends on where you're from.
Yeah.
Where you're from. But give us a call. That's 702-608-3259. Guys, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to take a look at UFC and what's coming ahead this weekend, because it's another sports weekend here in Las Vegas.
And check out Girl Chat Sport every Wednesday, 6 p.m. West Coast time, right here on Guerilla Cross Radio. Chatting about Las Vegas sports, the Aces, the Las Vegas Lights, the Raiders, and all other sports right here, Guerilla Cross Radio, 6 p.m. West Coast time, right here. Download the Guerilla Cross app for free. Go to GorillaCrossRadio.com and visit GorillaCross.com to watch and listen live 24/7 sports and hip-hop right here Going back to the final countdown with Jeremy Long and Michael Price.
Welcome back. Of course, a lot of great shows. A lot of great shows here on Guerilla Cross.
What?
Check them all out. Yeah, these beats too.
I know. If you guys didn't know, Aquan does everything. You know, he has a studio here. Yeah. Like, what the hell have we walked upon? You know,
on music and entertainment empire here.
No, well, the cool thing about it is that we're doing this live from downtown Las Vegas, and the fever down here, especially this weekend. Life is Beautiful is going down. You know, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a hotbed right here. You know, I think I'm parked illegally. You know, and it's okay. You know, as long as they don't tow it. You know, I cannot pay the ticket, but you know that's a whole nother question. You know, they'll have to catch me before I pay a parking ticket here in Las Vegas. There'll be a scuffle, whatever that word is.
Scuffle.
Yes.
There'll be a scuffle. There'll be a scuffle up in here. They try to take my car.
Don't take it. It's my livelihood. It's my livelihood. So UFC, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's your baby right there, dude.
Yeah, past and present, man. Past and present. UFC last week. A great night of fights on ESPN Plus. Justin Gaethje versus Cowboy Cerrone, two of the most action-packed guys to ever step into a UFC cage in the main event, and they did not disappoint. The entire card didn't disappoint. It was a great card from top to bottom. Gaethje, of course, stops Cowboy Cerrone in the first round.
Oh, wow.
And he, it was a nice little firefight, but it was quick. Don't blink, because it was quick. But then he picks up the win, and he calls out the winner of Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov, which is going to happen in a few weeks. These guys should fight and settle who's going to be champion. So the winner is most likely looking at Justin Gaethje, and of course, of Conor McGregor. The notorious Conor McGregor wants to make his return to the cage, which he did tweet out. I think yesterday he tweeted out December 14th, Dublin. That's all he said. Okay. So I guess that's when he's coming
fighting
back?
His brother? I mean, who is he fighting?
I don't know.
His cousin who owes him $20?
I guess we'll figure it out, man. But whoever it is, it's going to be big. Because wherever he goes and fights, that's where the party is.
And that's UFC 245 out here in Vegas.
That is.
Yeah.
No.
But he said Dublin.
Well, he said Dublin.
He said Dublin.
He's talking to Dublin, comma. He was talking to his people.
See, I don't know how to
look at that.
Well, a lot of people were saying he's fighting in Dublin on Twitter, and like, no, December 14th is Vegas.
I didn't even think about that. It is 245 out here.
Yeah.
So there you go. Everyone, the party's in Vegas, like always. We get the best stuff.
So is there an app that you go to learn how to pronounce these names? Because you kill me. I go, that guy.
Yes, there's an app.
There's an app for that.
Yeah, it's called Google, and I Google everything.
I don't know if you guys saw that look I just gave him. That was that Kevin Hart.
Yeah. And of course, Tyson Fury holds the lineal heavyweight crown. They fought here in Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. And a guy he was supposed to steamroll, a Swedish champion, undefeated, by the name of Otto Wallin. He was supposed to beat this guy. He was 30-1 odds. And he ended up winning. The Gypsy King ended up winning, but he needed 47 stitches to fix the cuts in his eye because Otto Wallin caught him flush in the third round and
it wasn't headbutt.
No headbutt. Clean left hand and nearly took that lineal heavyweight championship from Tyson Fury.
But isn't that what you want in boxing, man? You don't want tomato cans. You want every fight to be a scenario where the champ could lose.
Yeah. You would think.
Well, I know people set it up. You know, the more I've gotten into boxing, working with you, working with people here in Las Vegas, you see these fighters have these ridiculous records of 23-0, and they all were fought in Mexico City.
Yeah.
You know, and not to diminish that, because then they come here. There's some tough old SOBs.
Yeah.
But in saying they really haven't fought anyone of rank.
Yeah.
But no, I think
that's what you
great.
do with younger fighters. You stash them away in places where they can, not necessarily tomato cans. People frown a lot on that, but winnable fights against guys that are clearly outmatched or whatever. So you kind of stash them away in places like Mexico and things like that. I kind of let them fight and get rounds,
right?
Because what young fighters need are rounds. And this, of course, for Tyson Fury was supposed to be kind of that warm up fight where he wanted to go some rounds. He wanted to do distance with this guy. Excuse me. He wanted to get some rounds under his belt because he also had another tune-up fight before this one where he stopped a guy in a round and a half. So he didn't really get the work that he wanted to get, because his next fight is, of course, against, the big bomber himself, Deontay Wilder, the guy who throws
haymakers
with bad intentions
Yes.
every single time. And, of course, they fought to a very controversial draw earlier, a few months ago. And so he's got a rematch with him. And so he went some rounds, because last time they both went to deep waters. They both went to the very end championship rounds and everything. So he tried to get those rounds in. And of course, he found a very game Otto Valine, who was fighting. His father had died just a couple of weeks ago. So he was fighting with his father's memory in mind, who his father was his trainer. And so, he's
That's real.
fighting with that spirit. And so he put up a good showing, and he will no doubt make some money fights now.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, he lost. No one wants to lose, but he set himself up for the future for some money fights. And then, of course, coming up real quick, this weekend, UFC Fight Night, Yair Rodriguez is fighting Jeremy Stevens in the main event. That's going to be a firefight, because these guys love to go out there and throw. They throw with abandon. They throw, of course, just like Deontay Wilder, with bad intentions. So that's going to be on ESPN Plus 2 as well. So there you go. And then, of course, some great football games. Who are your Lions playing?
There you go. Well, let me ask you something. I'm going to back it up. I'm going to let it run off me like a duck.
Yeah.
Where is UFC? For a moment there, it was one of the hottest sports going on in the world. I was going to say the United States. They sold it off to ING or whoever it was, IMA America.
Now it's Endeavor. Yeah.
Oh, Endeavor. And it seemed to not stall, but it didn't feel the same to me. And I'm a casual fan. Is it still in the same groove? Is it still on the same trajectory?
Yeah, they signed in the middle of that sell. They were stuck in kind of this weird Fox Sports deal. So that deal ends. They, have their sell and everything, and it did kind of hit a lull, because Fox Sports they are not the promotional partner that ESPN is. So when UFC comes back and they sign this contract with ESPN, it just takes them to a different level. Then, of course, they're putting on, I think they learned a lot from the Fox Sports deal.
Sure.
The Fox Sports, of course, they had fight nights on Fox and stuff like that. And they would often put on some very questionable cards. But from that time to this, they signed a lot of young talent. They've made some new stars. So every time you have people fighting now, it's not just kind of a throwaway garbage card. Like I said, Cowboy Cerrone and Justin Gaethje fight. Of course, they're two incredible strikers and stuff like that. Now you're getting another strike-heavy main event in Jeremy Stevens and Yair Rodriguez. So guys they fight, please the crowd, because they throw. They're not grapplers necessarily. They're not jiu-jitsu artists necessarily. They're guys who love to throw and throw hard, and someone's going to get knocked out. That's what people want to see. So UFC, I think they it took a moment to get up to that next level, but I think they're finally there. I think the future is pretty bright for them.
Which kind of brings me to the next thing, man. I know we have the final countdown. It's here Tuesday, 4 to 6, but you have another show that's coming up. Tell us about it. 4 to 5. Sorry about that.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks right here on Guerilla Cross, starting October 3rd, I believe, is my show. It's going to be called Levels, and it's going to be main focus on MMA and boxing. And, we're even going to throw some pro wrestling in there, any kind of combat sports, maybe even some esports, because people play video games and stuff like that. We're going to talk about it all, man. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So October 3rd, right here on Guerilla Cross. Thursdays at 6, I believe, starting October 3rd. And so we're going to have fun, man. So, get used to the face that was meant for radio. It's going to come at you twice a week here. So you can catch those live streams. If you're listening to us, you can catch the live streams on Guerilla Cross's Facebook. We stream it live. And then later on, it'll be broken down. You'll see it on like tfc.vegas, tfcvegas.com. And of course, Levels website, things like that. You're going to see everything broken down. So it's really good. It's a really good system we got going on here. You guys, Quan and them, they've set up something really nice with Guerilla Cross, and we're looking to have a lot of fun.
No, we're going to have a lot of fun. And make sure that you always go to Full Metal Worldwide. to check out all the things that we have available for you. You know, this isn't a sales pitch right here. It's just that real pitch. And, yeah, Jerry and I, we got a lot of things going on, folks. You want to make sure and follow us everywhere that we are. And, hey, you know, we're just not funny. We're businessmen. That's right. We're businessmen.
I thought you were going to say we're also good looking.
Don't
lie to them.
Yeah, we got cameras now. I cannot tell that lie anymore. I cannot try to fake them out any longer with that lie.
They're like, ooh.
Yeah, well, I'll have people calling in.
Popping a redneck, huh?
Yeah.
No. That's not
not a real show.
Sure, they're in Vegas. Sure, they are.
That's on IGTV.
So looking ahead, man, NFL Sunday, we got about 5 minutes left here in the show. Looking ahead, your Lions are facing who now?
Who are they facing, man?
I don't know, man.
You know what?
Does it really matter at this point?
Well, you know what? It's one of those things when you just look at the Lions, you don't try to figure out who they're playing because you're already everyone thought they're going to lose to the Chargers.
Right.
And they were formidable. You know, they won the game.
Yeah.
But with
the Cardinals. And
I mean, that's the thing with the Cardinals. That's regular radio. I mean, that's regular Lions. You know, they will lose a game in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But, you know, we look ahead. We got a lot of good games. The Lions, I just want them to have a decent season one day. You know, one day. And put three back-to-back ones. But, you know, we have the Titans versus the Jags. Dolphins play your Cowboys, which should be a rollover. Bengals, Bills. Oh, Lord. The Lions play the Eagles.
Yep. I was waiting for you to find that out. I wanted you to find that out live on it.
Wow.
They play the Eagles. So that's going to be good.
All right.
We also have the Ravens and Chiefs.
That should be
That's going to be a good firefight right there. The Ravens and Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. We talked about them earlier in the show, man. So, you know, perennial MVP guys, I think, for the next few seasons. We're going to turn it over to Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. Let them run with the league, man.
Well, the thing that's going to be interesting for the rest of the season is these teams, you know, and I'm speaking specifically on the Steelers and the Saints. Now, all of a sudden, those games that they are supposed to win aren't games that they will possibly win,
right?
You know, because of the quarterback scenario. So when we thought that this season was going to be interesting before, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you have, of course, the Daniel Jones era begins for New York and its fans against the Bucks, which is a good test. But he's got like 0 receivers to throw to. So
I like the fact that my man 5'9" is playing 5'9". I saw what you're doing there, buddy. I saw what you did there. Yeah, that's actually one of my friends. Oh, Royce.
Oh, Royce to 5'9".
Royce to 5'9". So, well, man, I had a good time today, dog.
Yeah.
This has been a good one. I'm excited about what we're doing. I'm glad that we're back. Like I said, I'm glad the lawsuits finally got over. You know, and
we're sorry, Miss Jones.
Yeah, we're sorry. About that. You know, but we're going to be here. We're going to have a lot of fun. You know, sports, entertainment, whatever it's going to be. This guy and I here, we're going to be bringing it to you. We're going to have some fun with it. Did I say fun 6 times in that sentence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sports is funny. It's meant to be fun.
It's meant to be fun.
It's like Bear getting hit in the groin. It's meant to be fun.
That is meant to be funny.
It has nothing to do with anything. I love it. Man.
And in fact, what we're going to ask you to do, where should they send video clips for us to check out?
Oh yeah, you can send them. I don't know. Just send them to me, I guess. You know.
No, let's start accepting some clips.
Yeah.
Let's put the onus.
You find us on Facebook on the Final Countdown.
Yeah.
You get at TFC Vegas, I believe the name is, or you can hit us up through Guerilla Cross, and Quan will pass them over to us. If you got funny videos you want to share with us, you know, we'll play it out there, whether it's sports related or not, as long as it's remotely clean, or if it has bad audio, we'll cover it up or whatever. But yeah, if you got something fun, send it our way, man, because we love to review it and laugh about it on air. As long as you got a good sense about you, we can laugh about it if it is you in the clip, and as long as no one's seriously injured.
Yeah,
we'll laugh about it.
We'll go like Rob does on ridiculousness.
If it's someone getting seriously injured, then we'll laugh about it off screen.
Yeah. No one got seriously hurt in this video, or did they? Or did they?
Good first show back, man. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be with Guerilla Cross Studios.
No, we are. So, you know, make sure, check us out. Like I said, that's 4 to 5 p.m. every Tuesday. Guerilla Cross Radio. MP, Jay Long, along with our guy Quan the 5'9", bringing us in. I'm not going to spit today, guys. I want to have something. You know, freestyle is really not my thing. I left that to Eminem, all the rest of those Detroiters. So
next week, we promise.
We promise.
He's got bars.
I got bars. It's the final countdown.